Hello! Greetings from the beautiful city of Umeå, located in the region Västerbotten in north of Sweden. Region Västerbotten is one of the members of the CPMR Baltic Sea Commission. And today we have the great pleasure to be with Erik Bergkvist, member of the European Parliament. But we know Erik very well because you have been for a long time member of both the CPMR and its Baltic Sea Commission. So very nice, Erik, to see you here today.
Thank you very much, and very nice to see you too. And first I would say welcome to my hometown and my home region this really beautiful winter day. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Tack så mycket. Erik, this week is the European Parliament plenary session week. Shouldn't you be in Strasbourg?
Yeah, that's the plan, but Corona has spoiled that, as it has spoiled a lot of other things. So we're not in Strasbourg, and we are actually advised not to be in Brussels either, but to work on distance if we can. So I've been here in Umeå for a couple of weeks now, working on distance with meetings and so on.
Okay, and how is the European Parliament carrying on his work while it's Corona time?
I would say the formal things are working. Committee meetings, plenary sessions, votings, that's working. But when you really have to do something, achieve something, negotiate, that's not working, because then you have to meet people over a cup of coffee, over a lunch, or in the corridor actually, to get to know people and to solve the hard things. So we are doing now is the basic stuff, but the rest we're missing. So hopefully we can soon start to get back to some kind of normal activity.
Okay, so the fika pause face-to-face are missing.
Yes, we definitely missed the fika pause. We missed the coffee, we missed the cinnamon buns, and we missed the chats.
Nice. Erik, you are a member of the Budget and Regional Development Committee at the Parliament. And for several years now, there has been discussion about the future long-term EU budget. And recently there was a kind of an agreement. Could you tell us more about this agreement and what will be the next steps?
Yes, we have had extremely long negotiations, and finally now the Council and the Parliament agreed on a budget, and both parts would like it to look different. So I would say it's a decent compromise in that sense. But the challenge now, the problem now, is that Hungary and Poland, they don't like what we have agreed on when it comes to the rule of law. Basically, if you don't follow the rule of law, if you don't behave civilized, you will risk to lose money. And they vetoed that. So right now we are in a unique situation. We've never been here before, that actually the budget is put on hold, and it's just a month until the new budget has to be started. And also, of course, to the pandemic, we have the new recovery package that is also put on hold. So we are hanging in there.
Okay, so kind of a unique situation, as you said. And,
yeah.
And Erik, how the regions have been deeply affected by the pandemic, and how the European Union is supporting the recovery of the regions and the enterprises.
Yeah. First we had in the existing budget now, we try to redirect as much money as possible to healthcare, to buy medical stuff and to help up in the pandemic. And now also in the new budget we have the REACT, which is designed to help regions with these kind of things, to fight the pandemic and also to do recovery from the pandemic. But we also have the recovery package, or Next Generation EU, which is 750 billion, which is quite a lot to get us out of this recession when the pandemic eventually stops or we find a vaccine.
Okay. And the Green Deal agenda is very high on the priority of the European Commission and of the Parliament. How is this new budget and new recovery being reflected in a more sustainable way? How the Green Deal is reflected in this new budget and recovery package?
We have lots of priorities, but we have, I would say, two main priorities. It's the Green Deal. We have to make Europe, and hence also the world, climate safe, carbon neutral, and also we have to digitize the digital agenda. We have to be better in digitalizing our industries, our governments and things like that. And that's also the aim, because most of the money, if you don't use them, in a green way or in a green transition, then you will not be eligible to have this money. So actually, not much. Basically nothing, I would say, is going to fossils, and everything is going towards green when you want to do some kind of investment projects. Then of course some things don't affect the climate, but they are necessary anyway, so of course you can get monitor that kind of things as well. But I would say as much as possible has been put into make Europe green, make Europe carbon free.
Okay, a greener and a more digital Europe.
Exactly.
So that's the cap to go forward.
That's the way forward, I would say. So.
Okay, and Erik, you have been a former vice president of the CPMR and also a member of the Baltic Sea Commission. What was your experience in this organization, and what are your good memories from this time?
Well, there are many good memories and episodes, but I would say I learned enormously much from being a member of the Baltic Sea and also the pan-European CPMR. A lot about regions in Europe, policies in Europe, different perspectives in Europe. So that has been enormous valuable to me, and is enormous valuable to me now as a member of the European Parliament. The other thing is I made a lot of good friends, and that is always valuable, okay, regardless what you do. So for me, well, I wouldn't be a tenth of doing a good job if I hadn't had this experience from the CPMR and Baltic Sea Commission.
Okay, you are the best ambassador for CPMR and Baltic Sea Commission, Erik.
Well, it's been valuable for me, so what can I say? It's a really important organization. I learned a lot and I had a lot of fun as well.
That's a very important part as well.
It is.
And last but not least, we are in the Great North. What kind of advice or tips you could give to the audience to come to Västerbotten or north of Sweden?
Well, depending on what first you have to choose a season. Yeah, but winter I think is where we are most unique, a day like this. So if you haven't experienced winter, come out there and then you can ski, you can go with snowmobile, or you can just take a walk in the city in the snow in the winter and look around, all that kind of things. But then of course there are other things, like here we are close to the river. You can go down to the arts campus where you have the Bild Museum, the picture museum, which is one of the best, I would say the best in Sweden and also on a European level. But also you have a lot of nature. You have a university. Actually we have 3 universities. We have the big Umeå University, and then we have parts of other universities also here with the agriculture university, and also with the technical university from Luleå. So we have lots of education as well, lots of culture. This was the cultural capital in Europe of 2014, and you will notice that when you're in the city. But also you have the neighboring city, Skellefteå, where they are making one of the largest investments in, I would say, in the green transition, with the largest battery factory in Northern Europe, which is also done with help from the EU. And or you can go to the inland if you want to go downhill skiing and see nature, fish, but also see how we are using the latest technology when it comes to broadband, how we can, in distant areas with not that many people, how we still get things to work very well by using the latest technique. So it depends on your interest, but I'm sure whatever your interests are, you will find something here that, oh, I didn't know that, oh, that's interesting, oh. So.
Thank you, Erik, for giving you this great picture of Umeå, Västerbotten, north of Sweden. We could see that it's a very innovative part of Europe, a cultural part of Europe with a lot of social activities, outdoor activities, and it's very European in its heart. We have Umeå, your former capital of culture. You have universities that are welcoming many students from all over the world, and we have Erik Bergkvist, member of the parliament, who speaks about Europe regions with his heart. Tack så mycket.
Thank you very much. Tack så mycket.